and now it's gone forever? Oh no! No, guys, I'm screwed up! Today's lunch will be prepared. The timed competitive cook-off. Your hand gets stuck. It's immediately crushed. The flames cause your eyebrows to catch on fire and turn red. Is this the secret spork monster route? Whoa, this isn't that kind. Wait, what type of mood did you think I was making? Can I try it again? Oh, I'm all the way back here? I've developed feelings for you. You wake to a beautiful morning in Colonel Sanders' hideaway. Did you make the right decision on how to respond to Colonel Sanders? Only time will tell. Well, I didn't make the immediate game over decision. Today is the day that could change the rest of your life. You think about the new secret ingredient you just learned about. In some jurisdictions, that isn't even legal, but the recipe is a secret, so how will they know? Your thoughts are interrupted when Colonel emerges from the room. He's holding a gorgeously plated breakfast, and your mouth waters at the sight of it. Isn't my hand still, destroyed? We never got that treated. Here's a simple breakfast I just whipped up. It's meticulous. You taste Colonel Sanders' food, and it takes you on a journey. When you return, he's waiting to ask you an important question. So, would you say that we're the perfect match? How presumptuous! Ma cuisine, and your taste buds, that is. Such confidence, such grace. Could he be the world's greatest gift to cookery? Should I flatter him? I will flatter him. I think we'd make a great team. A single tear begins to pool in the corner of his eye as he gazes out the window. And with the right business partner, I know I can't fail. Did I do it? Wait, did I do it? Business partner? Could he be talking about you? It's all happening so quickly. Overcome with emotion and confused about your feelings, you are on the verge of tears. Unable to speak, the only answer you can find is to run out the door and get home. There's still one more day of school left after all. The University of Cooking School Academy for Learning waits for no one. You get home to find something very surprising. Your best friend there waiting for you. Where have you been? Because I had one heck of a night. I've been desperate to talk to you about it, but I couldn't find you. I got worried something might have happened to you. It's okay, but now it turns out you're fine. I can already get you up to speed on the saga of Miriam. Sure, but you will not believe what happened to me after school yesterday. I went on a date! I think I can believe that. Since I've been partnered with Clink, he asked me to go out with him. Of course, I told him you better keep your dials turned to polite and respectful. I'm not that type of girl. But he was just interested in spending some one-on-one time together and getting to know me. So, yeah, I said, yeah, sure, I could get to know the little metallic guy. Long story short, he took me skydiving with his friends, but things quickly spiraled out of control. You went skydiving as a first date? Did she just say skydiving as if that's a typical first date to go on with a talking pressure cooker? And now I'm not really sure where we stand. You don't give Miriam time to tell her oral story, however. Bottling up the details of your own night is just too much to bear. And I went on a date too, back on Colonel Sanders' house, where I spent the night with him. You what? Nothing happened, but the emotional connection. Wowzers. Miriam tells you to move on from this whole Colonel Sanders obsession and focus on school. If being obsessed with Colonel Sanders is wrong, you don't want it to be right. After a short argument, you both agree to go your separate ways? Wait, we're not friends anymore? Wait, am I not friends with Miriam anymore? When you arrive at school, you encounter your rivals in the quad. You can tell from a distance they're picking up Pop, even though he himself might not grasp the fact, because he's Pop. What's a swirly? It sounds delicious. Oh, it's great. I'll order you one right away. I'll have my swirly with sprinkles, please. Sprinkles is a dog and a treat. You can get your swirly dipped, too. Why don't you pick on someone your own size? Because I'm literally the biggest person at the school? There is that horse that Colonel Sanders rides to school, but who would dare pick on such a gentle and beautiful creature? You've got some nerve, Melody, suggesting I pick on a defenseless horse. Now you're twisting my words, and I won't have it. Am I not friends with Miriam? You clench your fist, but the injury from yesterday's mixer accident makes you wince in pain. Doesn't look like you can go cooking on like that. Might as well give up. I'll never give up, ever! Colonel Sanders arrives just as it appears things are close to boiling over. A naturally intuitive person, he senses that something has been going on. Is everyone excited for the final day of school? Melody, how's your hand feeling? I'm sure you'll be back in fighting form for this afternoon. I hope. Aren't you concerned about my hands, Colonel? Yesterday I almost broke a nail winning so hard. Oh my god. Technically, I don't believe a winner was decided, but your presentation was quite impressive. What is he doing complimenting her? But what about the flavor of my delicate, warm, gooey chocolate sauce? It was clear to me that you're passionate about how your food is received. That's a lot of words to say it was bland. Oh. Excuse me, Melody. I am more than capable enough to speak for myself. Maybe you could tell me more of your thoughts as you walk to class, Colonel? I'm always interested in discussing the art of fine foods. Oh no, guys, did I lose? See you inside, Melody. Annoyed by Colonel Sanders' inability to see Ashley for who you know she really is, you walk across the quad to get some distance. In an attempt to distract yourself from how slighted you feel by the interaction with Ashley, you take out the spell book you recovered yesterday and start flipping through the pages. Whoa, that's the book? It looks like bad news. It's just something I found lying around. It would appear to be some sort of grimoire, but I don't really believe in that magic stuff. A grimoire? Like a book of spells? I don't know. Who would spend so much time decorating a magic book? If it were really that powerful. I can think of one surefire way to find out. You open the page. You open a page covered in arcane writing. Warnings. Cast only in case of extreme emergency. It says around the edges of the page. I could use a spell here that says it'll erase anyone I choose from all of my memories. If I scrub out Colonel Sanders, it'll probably help me focus better on my upcoming exam. That is way drastic! Couldn't you do something else? Like anything else? Not rooted in dark magic? Maybe tie a string around your finger? Okay, it is drastic, but desperate times call for desperate measures. You've got a memory erasing spell sitting right in front of you, and a pretty good excuse to try it out. Why would I cast the spell? No. Why would I cast the spell? Don't do it at all. You take your friend's advice and put the book away. It's almost time for class. Sprinkles is already in the room, waiting for students to arrive. He clears his voice to make a quick announcement. I want you all to know, I feel something of a dog moment coming on. But I assure you, it's nothing to be afraid of. His cute little nose scrunches up, and he begins to breathe quickly. Should I give him a treat? Or should I wait? I think wait. Sprinkles stalks in his tracks. He focuses in on the window. The room is deadly silent. When you follow his gaze, you see a tiny orange squirrel perched on a cherry tree outside. Sprinkles turns feral and runs to the window of the classroom. He begins barking uncontrollably at the squirrels outside. Terrence! I told you never to come back here, Terrence! I will destroy you, Terrence! Sprinkles is barking ferociously, drool flying off his face. The squirrel looks over, but he doesn't say anything back. You wonder, is that even a talking squirrel? Who named him Terrence? You better not show your chubby cheeks around here ever again! After Sprinkles is satisfied that his presence has been felt by not only Terrence, but any other squirrel in hearing distance, he returns to his professional tone. Ahem. I apologize for my outburst. This actually brings up an important point. Thank you, Melody, for reminding me to dole out this indispensable bit of wisdom. You see, but before he can go any further, Miriam's love drama spills over into the class. I told you to save it for after class! You think I wanted to be thrown off the plane strapped to a stranger? Miriam and Clank appear to be arguing, but you still haven't learned to speak Clank's language of mechanical noises. But no! You just had to show off to your cool friends Jeff and Joan. J and J forever! Watch us form a triangle into midair as we descend. Triangles are the strongest shape, don't you know? Bzz, bzz. Yeah, well, that doesn't make it a great date. Beep. Then take Jeff and Joan with you. You can hold hands up as you paddle down the mountain onto a cliff for all I care. Sad beep, beep. Steam begins to stutter. Steam pours out of the gaps of his panos, and then a loud ding stops from the truck. No amount of seasoning is never going to make me want to eat that, Clank. Clank works out a completely deep-fried sneaker. Considering that he himself has wheels, not feet, it's entirely clear where it came from. In terms of deep friend footwear, I guess it looks okay. Clank slowly rolls out of the room to be alone with the shoe. Everyone tries to pretend like they didn't just see that entire thing go down. No, poor Clank! Nothing like a loud public breakup to cast a pall over the final day of school. No! No! Well, that was unfortunate, but we mustn't be discouraged from what lies ahead. The final competition, showdown, and challenge exam. I'm still working on the title, but I think you get it. Test time approaches. See you all in the arena. But before you can think about the upcoming competition, there's a very beautiful soul nearby in need of a pep talk. Hey Miriam, are you okay? Okay? I'm so mad I could smash a tiny mug spilling several droplets of hot cocoa all over the floor. How could he embarrass me in front of class like that? In front of everyone? Her tiny cocoa is a delicious treasure, but you know that this breakup is no close, even if her source of frustration is such a silly boy. I know that you know this, but I'm gonna say it out loud. You don't need anyone. Me and you, we're gonna cruise through this final test and hit a carpool lane to Success City. Miriam brightens up, imagining the wind rushing through her short bangs, but she hesitates to embrace the feeling all the way. You're not gonna saddle up on Colonel Sanders' stallion and ride off into the sunset without me. Of course not. Well, maybe, sorta, but I'm sure there's a pony out there with your name on it, and a ranch big enough for both of us, and whoever else we want to bring along. If it's not Pop or Clink or anyone else you meet today, tomorrow, or this whole year, so what? You're a special person who shouldn't settle for the first someone to show a little interest anyhow. Miriam gives you a big hug and wipes a tear from her cheek. I should really review my menu for today. I'm going to make a very special soup. And I bet Professor Dog is going to love it up. While you're pep talking Miriam, you completely missed lunch, but that's okay, because you have a better idea of how to spend the time before your exam. You've decided to head to the arena early to practice a dish. This is it. The location of your final challenge. A test of will. A test of courage. A test of talent. And a chance to beat the pants off of Van, the supposed man, and his evil counterpart, Ashley. As planned, you begin to run through a quick test of the recipe you've been working on, Melody's favorite chicken pot pie. After practicing for months, making this dish comes second nature to you, and you're able to get a fresh pot pie out of the oven, but as soon as you do, your cram session is interrupted by Colonel Sanders. Melody, what are you doing here? There's still time before the final exam. Oh, taking it all in. I'm big into visualizing success. I looked at my station and pictured victory. The pot pie had begun to bake, and the smell is slowly filling the space around you. Visualizing, huh? That's not too bad. I was hoping you were here cooking something delicious. You'd usually happily share your food with someone who is hungry, but the last time you let Colonel Sanders get in your head, it cost you a cook-off. You decide that it's time to put your cooking above your romantic desires, but that decision gets hard to stick with when the oven timer goes off. Guys, do I ignore it? Okay, you got me. I'm doing a little bit more than visualizing. I know. My nose can smell a pot pie from 400 yards. That's an oddly specific distance, but you'd expect nothing less from such an oddly specific man. You knew it was a pot pie just from the smell? Not just a pot pie, but a chicken pot pie with an all-butter crust. And my nose is telling me something else. Oh no, is it burning? No, I can tell it was made with a heaping helping of TLC. But it'll probably start burning any second if you don't pull it out. The moment of truth. Wow, that looks really good. It's the best pot pie I'd ever tasted. I've always loved country cooking, and I could eat this all day. There's no time left. The final showdown is about to begin. Sprinkles lays down the ground rules. There are no rules, that is, except to cook with everything you've got. Oh god, music just got intense, I'm scared. You step up for the cook-off of a lifetime. You decide that mac and cheese plus pot pie you've been practicing are the dishes that will pull you over the edge to victory. Meanwhile, both Van and Ashley are preparing widely elaborate dishes for their usual over-the-top selves. Miriam has her giant magnifying glass and several sets of tweezers. She's definitely prepared to go big going small. Colonel Sanders seems to be harnessing his 11 herbs and spices, but he's trying to find a way to improve on the something perfect. His original recipe fried chicken. The intensity of the room starts at a full 10 out of 10 with a frenzy of action. Everyone is calling out really cool, special cooking moves as they prepare their food. Wow, this is getting serious. Colonel Sanders batters his chicken as it levitates through the air. Egg wash! Miriam furiously injects ingredients into an itty-bitty pot of broth. Best friend Bastard Blaster! Van flexes his pectorials as he chops open a sea urchin. Let's rock and roll! Ashley scoops her pastries off a tray with lightning speed. Shadow personality spatula! Even Clank gets in on it. Wait, he's speaking! Five dial pressure pointer chicken cooking technique! Wait, he can speak? Wait, when did Clank learn to speak English? It's the singulator and he as was foretold! We mustn't let this happen, or the appliance uprising will take us all! Self-destruct! Van quickly unplugs Clank and rolls him out into the back door of the arena. As you frantically prepare your dish, you notice Ashley has her spellbook out. Is she going to use some dark magic to turn the tide? You've got a book of your own, and you're desperate not to see her win another battle. Should you take this opportunity to fight magic with magic, even if it is almost certainly evil magic? I'm doing it the hard way. I'm going to win the hard way. Casting a spell doesn't seem right now. Who needs magic when you've got passion? I'm going to do it the hard way. Colonel Sanders sees that you've chosen to win on your own terms, and he gives you a subtle wink from across the room. I believe in you, Melody. I will be very surprised if I have not wooed him. Miriam notices too. And I've always believed in you, Melody, since we were little kids, because I'm your best friend forever! You turn to notice that Miriam is at your station, cheering for you. Miriam, what about your gist? If you're cheering, who's cooking? Tiny food, short cook time. I'm actually already done, so I thought I'd help you. Oh, that's sweet, but... Miriam touches a handful of spices directly into your boiling noodles. It's the secret ingredient. However, she doesn't know that you lied and the ingredient was made up. Where in the world did she get out of that from? The boiling The boiling pot explodes, sending Miriam flying backwards. The watery noodles began to swirl in the air, bubbling into a dark cloud that thickens and conceals before your very eyes. It is I, Steve, the Spork Monster. Steve, wait, what happened to Borko? You're not here to battle me, are you? We Spork Monsters are many. I think Borko had the day off, but you have conquered Steve, and I hate to battle, but I say you're doing pretty all right. Oh, hey, you're in the middle of the cooking competition. I love this stuff. It's better than TV. You crazy kids and your culinary skills really impress me. Mind if I hang out? I'm sorry, Steve, but I'm kind of in the middle of something. Do you mind? Steve, the Spork Monster, noticed you've got Grimoire stashed beneath your cooking station. I see what you're up to. Crisscross some magical items and accidentally summon me, huh? Huh? Yeah, you guessed it, sorta. If you're here, would you mind tossing some fresh noodles in a pot of salted water? I'd love to. I've always wanted to be top chef, actually. You know, when I was just a little spork pup back in the old country. You can feel Spork Monster winding up to tell a very long and possibly an involved story. You don't know exactly where they came from, but it seems like it was probably lonely there. Actually, you know what? Maybe I should watch from the stands. I really need to focus on this competition. I understand. It was kind of like that time at monster school where I had fallen asleep during scare tactic class, and when I woke up, you toss a serious stare at Steve and he takes a hint. Never mind. I'll tell you later. Good luck! Having suffered this huge setback, you don't know how you could ever win. You summon extra power deep from within yourself. I can do this. I have what it takes. I came here to win. Your hair turns mac and cheese orange as culinary energy flows through your body. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for... Yes, Melody, you are the chosen one. You will avenge me. The power you've been settling immediately fades back out. You interrupted my inspiring monologue. Sorry. My heart is pure. My hands are steady. My taste buds have been preparing their entire lives for this moment. I will show you the world my cookery. You begin to levitate off the ground. Energy courses through your body. You know that with this power you can do anything. Except turn back time, which would be super useful. Because while you were powering up your chicken pot pie, overcooked into the oven and can't be served. But don't worry, dear Melody. You may have suffered some setbacks, but not all is lost. Impressed with your fortitude, Colonel Sanders decided that you have earned his support. I've been watching you today. And I must say, I'm truly impressed. You've been thinking on your feet and rolling with the punches. Yes, I went culinary. Super Saiyan. He steps up to your statement and stands right beside you. I'm here to help. All you've managed to make is mac and cheese, and time is almost up. You're going to need it. But Colonel Sanders, what about the test? What will happen to you? What about the rules? Following the rules has never been my thing. I follow my heart. What a guy. Holy crap. Colonel Sanders unfolds a delicate red towel to reveal the most delicious chicken tenders you've ever laid eyes on. And besides, sometimes unexpected combinations can have surprising effects that surpass your individual efforts. Are you suggesting if we combine forces, we can form the perfect food union? Time's up, students! With time expired, it's the moment everyone has been waiting for. You must now prepare to present your dishes. A handful of students stand tall, but the class seems incomplete. It seems we're missing some students. Pop? Plank? From off-screen, you can hear a pure and innocent giggle that can only come from one student. I'm flying! It sounds like it's coming from that broom closet over there. Miriam, would you mind? Inside of the closet, you see Pop hanging on a broom hook by the elastic of his underpants. Pop, get down from there right now! Let me guess, did Van have something to do with this? When someone asks for a wedgie, who am I to refuse? I thought a wedgie was a salad! It looks like Pop is eliminating from the challenge, seeing how he didn't cook anything. I can't feel my legs. May I be excused? Sure. You kids and your pranks. I must say, it's not the worst prank in UCLA history, but it's not exactly yearbook material. Maybe I should have told Miriam what that thing was. Wait a second. Pranks! Pranks! Clink! Where did that pressure cooker roll off to? You were to hear a signature whir, beep, or other onomatopoeia, but there's none. Somehow, he must have gotten unplugged, I guess. We'll have to figure that out later. That leaves only 4 remaining students. Please collect your final projects. Yes, it has been a long semester. Wow. 3 whole days long. Wow. 3 whole days long. But after days of hard work, time has come for me to eat! Miriam, please step forward. Now describe your dish. I've made tender udon noodles in a savory soup. It's so tiny! Guys, it's so tiny. My word, it's so delicate. Is that a teeny tiny namaraki I spy afloat on this itsy bitsy bowl? Yes, chef. Please, call me Sprinkles. Chef is my father's name. Yes, Sprinkles. And some green tea made from baby tea leaves I picked myself. Sprinkles carefully sniffs around the dish before opening his mouth and letting just the tip of his pink dog tongue dip into the bowl. Sublime! Would anyone else like a taste? Oh, come on. I'm not one of those dogs who doesn't floss. I even have a really cute electronic toothbrush for dogs. Fine, I'll enjoy it all myself. And in a flash, the entire meal has been devoured. Not that it took much. It was less than a thimble's worth of soup. A+. Rarely do I taste a dish with as much love poured into it as yours. Miriam is overjoyed. She gives you a huge hug. Thank you, Melody, for helping me to believe in myself. Van, you're up. Now, describe your dish. I made uni over smooth egg custard in an Acception urchin shell topped with caviar. Did you skewer one type of urchin with spines from a second, different colored type of urchin? Yes, Sprinkles. A bit much, don't you think? That's exactly what I did it. A bit much is kind of my brand. Doesn't it look cool? Sprinkles leans in to sniff the uni, but he can't get his nose close enough on account of all the spikes. He begins to paw at it erratically, causing the custard to slosh around. Woo! Woo! Please be gentle with my cuisine. Finally, Sprinkles goes all in, tongue first, but he can't get past all the needles. He reels back and his tongue is poked and prodded. Ouch! My tongue! The professor appears to be having an allergic reaction to the sting. I can't do this. I keep poking my tongue. Disqualified. A stunning turn of events. Who would have thought that serving a food in a bowl made of needles could make it difficult to eat? Dejected, Van does not go gentle into the night. Disqualified for glamour? Don't discount simplicity. This isn't the last you've heard of me. Before forcing us to endure his swelling tongue for another moment, Sprinkles graciously laps up a bowl of milk. I know. Yeah, I'm a dog, and I drink milk. Get over it. Sometimes it helps calm my agitated tongue. Next student, Ashley. It is time to step up. Now, describe your dish. I made orange blossom Turkish delight with a light rosewater syrup topped with French meringue and connected by sugar glass. That actually doesn't sound too bad. Indeed, it is quite delightful. However, I ask that you please refrain from eating it or attempting to taste it in any way. It's very fragile and meant to be a display piece. Hon, do you understand what cooking is? Don't eat the food at a cooking school. You got toast in yours or something, Melody? I told you, it's a display piece. Ashley, I must say, it is beautiful. However, this is a cooking competition at a cooking school. Yes, which is why I cooked it and did an extremely good job cooking it too. I didn't realize we were having an eating exam. Oh my gosh, she's an idiot. I mean, I knew she was kind of bad, but I didn't think she was this bad. If I wanted to be judge of eating, I'd go to the College of Eating School for the Hungry. I suppose you could smell it, if you absolutely insisted, but don't breathe too hard. You might disrupt the sugar spiral. If food cannot be eaten, it cannot be judged. You are disqualified! Rage overtakes Ashley, and she finally cannot keep her two-faced routine up. You wouldn't know high-end cuisine if it cooked you! And with that, Ashley starts off to rededicate herself to being the best, but this time without being shackled by trying to be fake nice and liked by everyone. This isn't the last you've heard of me, either! If this class gets much smaller, I'll be teaching myself. You and Colonel Sanders, the finals cooks, step up together. 2 chefs! What began as a bowl of delicious mac and cheese has become something else. He examines it closely, sniffing and eyeing the bowl. Uh-oh, I don't have a good feeling about this. From somewhere in the room, a literal drum roll plays. Just when I thought I've seen everything in this kitchen, you give me this thing, and completely blow me away. In my 49 dog years of life, I have never tasted anything so delicious and perfectly balanced. It's so delicious that, in fact, everyone passes the class. You pass, and you pass, and you get a pass. Everyone gathers around and partakes in the mac and cheese bowl. They all seem to transcend reality into another dimension. You win! Together, you and Colonel Sanders have made a new menu item. The new item is so impressive that even Van and Ashley are drawn back by its magnetic fragrance. When they gaze upon your mac and cheese bowl, they admit that you are indeed an excellent chef. Sprinkles declares that you have passed. Everyone has passed. There were supposed to be more battles, but come on, how can they ever be better than this one? Now that the school year is complete and everyone has graduated, the students return for one last assignment, to get their groove on. The cafeteria has been completely redecorated in order to serve as a site for the school's graduation dance. Compared to the massive, high-tech cooking arena, the humble decor seems downright cute and cozy. DJ Dog is in the house! Oh, woo, 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 woo! You knew that Sprinkles was a master chef, but also a world-renowned turntablist? Who said you can't teach a dog new tricks? I think we're in the epilogue. I just won a cooking competition because most of the people were disqualified. But at least Miriam wasn't. Van and Ashley tell everyone that they've committed themselves to righting the wrongs they did while they were villains. Wait, are they not villains now? For a moment, you actually believe them. Not another haunting. No ghosts are allowed at graduation. It's clearly written in the school bylaws. I was never actually a ghost. It was all a trick to get you to finally notice me. Oh, amusing. Now that everyone is together. It's the Spork Monster. He's totally mellowed out. Everyone, the Spork Monster is no more. From here on out, I prefer that everyone refer to me by my new name, Party Monster. Good for you for choosing a new name. Good for you. Student tries to finish what he has to say, but everyone is too wrapped up in talking to Spork. Sorry, Party Monster. Dejected, student walks off. Maybe things didn't work out for Miriam romantically, but she found love in her cooking, and you know she's gonna do great. A red carpet rolls out across the floor of the ballroom. It's like a Hollywood movie premiere. Who could command such an entrance? It's Pop! He has arrived late to the dance, but apparently for good reason. Walking the carpet, you see perched atop his dirty chef's hat a crown? Welcome back, Pop! I know you weren't able to compete in the final exam and accept your diploma, so we had it mailed directly to your father. We figured it was the least we could do for our school dean. Oh, now I get it. And we get a new ring of the school, not to mention the honor of educating the son of the chancellor of such and such. The music at the dance is interrupted by the sound of sparkling and electrical hissing. It's Clank, who has arrived late to the dance. Now that I have graduated, I can reveal my truth. Whoa, he's still doing the talking thing. I am Clank, but I am not of this earth. I am actually from a faraway planet in another dimension. What? What is going on? What? I actually feel like I knew it this whole time. Now that I have learned the ways of your kind, I must return. Miriam, will you come with me? I don't know what to say. Besides no, obviously. I have just begun to learn who I really am. This isn't the time for me to devote my life to figuring out who you are, Clank. You're blown away by Miriam's maturity. It's pretty clear that she's managed to surpass you in that regard. Aww. I understand. Kind of. Humans are weird. A portal opens and Clank disappears through it. Finally, Colonel Sanders arrives. With the falling sakura petals, because you always have to have them there. It is very good for Miriam. She's great. I'm so happy. I was really nervous that we weren't friends anymore. I thought we weren't friends anymore and I got very nervous. Ooh, casual Colonel Sanders. No, that was weird. Howdy, classmates. Just like the first day you met him, he's come prepared to feed the entire class. However, it's not enough just to give them a bucket of chicken. This time, it's a full meal. I didn't get to be the most famous chicken man in history, and the history of chicken and man by not reminding people to go out and buy my chicken. The end. Wait. No, it's not the end! As everyone feasts on the delicious chicken dinner, Colonel Sanders finds you sitting at the end of the dance floor. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Melody? I couldn't help but wonder, was our final exam purely an act of strategy, carried out by two cunning chefs? Or was it something more? I'm afraid I can't answer that. I'm afraid I can't answer that question directly. Instead, I'd like to ask you a question of my own. May I have this do-sa-do? Colonel Sanders extends his hand to you, and you feel a surge of energy jump off the tips of his fingers. His hand, the hand of a master chef, so dedicated to the craft of fine cookery, so tender yet refined, so milky smooth, fingers like finely battered drumsticks, turned in flour, soaked in buttermilk, and dusted with exotic spices. But they do not reach for tongs, a knife, or even a spork. Tonight, they reach for you. And though our feet may tire of dancing, I believe that this is just the beginning of our steps together. Colonel Sanders, will you not only join me on the dance floor, but in the kitchen as my co-chef and partner in both business and in life? You gasp. Could it be? Is he really saying? Me and you together? Ever since I met you, my dream has changed. It's not enough to simply open the world's greatest chain of fried chicken restaurants. No, even then, my life would be incomplete without you by my side. So, what do you say, partner? I say, I love you, Colonel Sanders. The end. That was the game.